Yeah. So what I started to learn was that, instead of going after these product launch or product name plus review, it's just when everybody was saying, or really nobody was saying anything at all about long tail keywords. It just seemed like, oh, you're dumb if you go after this because nobody's teaching this in courses. And
Mm,
so probably for good reason because at the time there weren't a lot of long tail keyword search tools out there because you gotta, the internet evolves and like 10 years ago, I don't think maybe as early as 10 years ago, but Google has not always had the like finish your sentence little thing going on. Like in
yeah,
the
it's
beginning, you
true.
just sort of had to know what you're searching for.
That's
And
a good
then
point.
several years ago, it started trying to finish your sentence like, did you mean this? And the more data it gathered, then all of a sudden it can predict what you're about to uh, say and type in, and so now there's all these tools that kind of scrape that data. So
Mm,
that data just didn't exist before,
I see.
unless you had your own little system for creating variations of what people might be typing in. So
Right.
yeah, those tools didn't exist and stuff. So I mean, I just think like as time goes on, like just the internet, it's more and more of an opportunity than it used to be. Sure, there are loopholes that used to exist that don't exist anymore, but I just think it's getting like this is the greatest time ever. I think because with like what I teach with expired domains and long tail keywords, the fact that the internet's been around for like 20 plus years now, there's so much data out there. There's so much, just emails just floating out there that you can kind of scrape with data mining and things. There's all the, long tail search phrases that, Google gives us those for free, and there's tools that can scrape those. There's those expired domains. There's since the internet's been around so long, there's been so many people that have purchased domains and then just sort of let them expire. Ones expire every single day that are like 20 years old. People have been holding on to them for 20 years, and then for whatever reason in 2019 they just decide
Mm,
to not renew them. Well,
right.
that has value to folks like me and you that know how to use that and kind of flip those properties and stuff. So there's just a lot of
Super
opportunity
interesting. Yeah.
these days. So
And one of the things that I write about on Blue Highlighted Text is the fact that I'm really glad that I came into affiliate marketing, learning from SEO affiliate domination, learning from the course and learning from yourself because we have a personal relationship. So it's kind of one of those things to where I got started on hard because what you're teaching is more advanced. Well, the affiliate scales it back to make it extremely easy. It's like super spoon fed. And I wonder if I would have went that route and then came across your course, if I would have even been able to like apply myself to it the same way. Because it's kind of like where you start really does matter in my opinion. And SEO affiliate domination teaches a skill, and then wealthy affiliate kind of teaches you a tactic. So it's kind of a different ball game, if you will. But
yeah, I feel like I don't know if we mentioned this before. I just have a lot of the same conversations over and over again with like a lot of the same people. Like it's either you or Tyler or Kevin or something. But like we may
mm,
have mentioned this last time, but like I feel like Wealthy Affiliate, and I haven't gone through all their material, but just in kind of exploring their little ecosystem they've created a couple of years ago, I feel like it's I don't know. I feel like the max skill level it gets you to is maybe like, I don't know, if you want to be really generous, maybe like level 4 or something. If you're really take action, all the stuff they learn that they teach you. But then like if you want to compete with me or some of like my students, like that's level 100 or something. And so if you are playing in the same arena as folks like me
yeah,
and all my students, you're going to get crushed.
you're done. Yeah. because you're just making an authority blog and you don't understand how to test. You don't really understand how to research outside of what they kind of hand you. And you're interacting within the blog that's in that system. It's kind of, not to diss them too bad like that, but it's kind of like the blind lead the blind. If I'm around amateurs, so one of the things I'm thankful for is going into SEO affiliate domination. I felt like the dumbest guy in the room, and that's always a good sign when you're starting something new, because I'm not supposed to be the smartest guy, and I have no idea what I'm doing, you know. And then Wealthy Affiliates kind of more along the lines of include everybody, make it, you know, get a participant ribbon and be happy that you're, you know, part of this community of other people who haven't made a single dollar with affiliate marketing yet.
Like everybody's cheering everybody on to make their first dollar. And I'm like doing my best to try to get people like, my course is a couple $100 and the goal is, goal number one is to get your money back. But the reason I set that bar where it is because for myself, and I think a lot of people, when you make a couple $100, that's a big enough, it's still a small, where I'm at now, that's still a small stepping stone, but it's a big enough stepping stone to give you confidence, I think, to take it to the next level. Because, $500 is not an accident. You don't just accidentally make $500 on the internet unless you just got lucky and sold like one high ticket product, but still that's not an accident.
Right. No, that's awesome, man. And I like that. I don't think I talk about that enough, that you actually give students back their money once they use the tactics or whatever and get the money back, you know, so that you're proving to them that you trust the system and you're challenging them to use the system in order to make their money back. Wealthy Affiliate just takes their monthly $20 for the first month and then $60, I think $50 for every month after that. And they don't care if you make money or not. I mean, they're very nice and positive. So you think they care, but they're not really putting their money where their mouth is like you are.
Yeah, like I feel, this is what I've gathered over years. So I've got a friend that's like one of their top affiliates to promote Wealthy Affiliate. And like, I just feel like it's a handful of people that I don't even know if the super affiliates that, come to their little event every year for recruiting like 300 new people a year. I don't even know if they've even been through their material, because I know my friend that lives up the street, he doesn't really endorse what they teach, but like it makes him money. So like, how's he gonna have beef with somebody that's paying him every single month? But like, he doesn't really kind of endorse it, but it's just an easy kind of sell. But I just feel like it's the people that are the super affiliates that are making money from promoting it are not the same people and the kind of caliber of people that are the members. It's two different types of people. It's like folks like me that know more are the ones that are crushing it promoting Wealthy Affiliate, but the people that are going through it, I just don't get the impression that they're just trying to make that first dollar, which is great, but like it's such a small goal. Yeah. Like I can literally go into, I think it's like, was it microworkers.com? I can go make $1 today for like filling out an email or something. Like that's not a very big goal.
Right. No, that's interesting, man. I think I've been struggling to finish the course because I'm not a lazy person. I'm not a person who avoids things, but I'm not excited to do it. I was excited to do SEO affiliate domination because every time I watched the video, it was like some part of my brain unlocked where it was like, holy crap, I didn't even know people could do that, And that's always interesting. It's no different than why we watch the movies we like and all that good stuff. It's because it's telling you something new or presenting something in a certain way, And there is an art to this. There's an art to this for sure.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. Helping people make money is cool, but like I want to give people those breakthroughs because it's like you said, I like that it's fun to see people dive into something that is challenging, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, maybe it's something I say in a certain way or whatever. One day you just wake up and you get it. You understand something that was previously just didn't make sense, and that's the coolest thing to see in other people, because I just call it like learning how to think like a marketer, but you're just really just learning to, it's kind of like playing chess online or something like that with these little digital properties. You just, and you can make $1 million with, a very, very simple formula. I'm not a millionaire yet. I just know this to be true because a lot of the millionaires I do know, they have very, very simple processes. Now you can make that as elaborate as you want, but most of the time, the more elaborate the process, it's really just because we're just nerds and we're like geeking out on stuff. But like, that's not necessary.
Right.
You don't have to have complicated processes.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a good point, man. That kind of segues into another point I wanted to kind of talk on, authority blogging and how that's an entirely, different skill set, but also, when you're starting out, you want to blog and make money from your blog like immediately. So you might do like product reviews or whatever. But the real truth behind it is your authority blog isn't necessarily that same beast, right? What you teach and what I've gathered on SEO affiliate domination is testing, and that's missing completely from Wealthy Affiliate. And when I say testing, I mean you're playing around with different keywords, you're experimenting with different widgets, different formats, different offers, etc. And then once you get that, you can kind of reel it in and dive a little bit deeper into creating an authority blog around whatever actually made you some money when you were testing, right? I think there's a skill there, man, and there's a big leap going from, all right, I got a bite, and then, all right, I'm going to set up shop here and catch every single fish that's down there, right?
Absolutely. And I may have borrowed that a little bit from Alex Gould too, because he does that with his little micro affiliate sites with CPA stuff, with CPA offers. I mean, the thing is, at some point you have to get started. There is no magical button that I can give you. I can't tell you that this specific keyword is going to convert or whatever is going to bring in all the traffic. Go after this one. Like, I'm not a magician or psychic or anything like that, but like, that's why it's I'm not trying to get people to stretch themselves thin or whatever, but like, since I know the process works, but I don't know which keyword or which niche is going to take off more for you. So that's why I encourage people to start with like 2 or 3 niches so that you have options, and one of them is going to outperform the other 2. Maybe even 2 are good and one's going to be kind of like the dud niche. And then once you find out the keywords of that product that are ranking, then you just go really deep into those particular keywords, like all the related keywords. So like,
so let me stop you real quick. Yeah. So you said ranking, not the ones that make you money necessarily, right? So if I go in the Google Search Console and I see that I'm ranking really well on something, I don't even have to have my first sale yet to have new direction. That's a new starting point, because I can say, all right, I'm killing it ranking a certain keyword, right? And then I can say, all right, I'm going to go really deep into every variation of that specific keyword, and then that might lead to my first sale.
Well, not just ranking, but you kind of want to pay attention. You can hook your webmaster tool up to analytics so that you can see your search query stuff and analytics, so you don't have to go to webmaster tool. But like, not just what you're ranking for, but like, pay attention to the click-through rates and the actual traffic on your site from the ranking, because you could be ranked number 1 for 100 different terms, but if nobody ever finds your website from it, who cares? So pay attention.
So click-through rate versus impression.
Kind of, in the traffic. So like, if you're ranked number 1, it's a long tail search phrase, but you're like, wow, this this, 5-letter search phrase is bringing in like 100 visitors a month. That's pretty cool. Like I bet there's more traffic there.
I see.
So that's the ones you would kind of want to expand on. So not just the keywords, but, you might not have expected to take off. Like I know when I started creating content last year for my SEO blog attached to the main course website, again, I just started creating several different pieces of content and for different long tail keywords. And one that really took off was ones related to solo ads. And I was like, wow, like literally even Wealthy Affiliate within, a couple of weeks, I only have like 1 or 2 articles about Wealthy Affiliate. I think I was ranking for like, I don't know, Wealthy of some high traffic keyword with Wealthy Affiliate. It was like, it may have been Wealthy Affiliate scam or something, but it was like one that gets a decent amount of traffic, and I didn't send any backlinks. It was literally just
Wow.
the on-page content. And so that just gives you one example of like things aren't as competitive a lot of times as you might think, because the reality is like most people are lazy, and like those are just the people that know affiliate marketing and SEO. The majority of people on the planet don't know anything about those two things. So like your true competition is extremely small. Like, because again, of all the people that know affiliate marketing and SEO, probably half those people are doing client SEO. The other half is maybe they're promoting ClickFunnels, so maybe they don't even know what Wealthy Affiliate is. So like,
wow,
man, the opportunity is it's massive.
that's crazy, man. I'm excited now because of that. That's crazy. Let me ask you this. You had mentioned backlinks, no backlinks on your on that article or whatever. You kind of want to give a layman's like breakdown of what backlinks are and how you started using them and how you use them now, and just kind of a basic understanding of that.
I kind of stripped that out of most of my teaching, just because I don't want people to focus on it, because it's a whole nother game in my experience. Like I could create a whole course on backlinks, like off-page SEO. And one of the biggest reasons I don't focus on it is because my target, avatar is people that they don't have, not that I'm going after poor broke people or whatever, but like most of the people don't have thousands and thousands of dollars a month for a budget. There's only 2 ways to really get backlinks. You either build them or buy them. And most people, they don't want to build them. Even my SEO, affiliate friends that know SEO, they're like, I don't want to fool around with like all the tedious stuff of like building a PBN. It's just like too much work, even though they know all the steps. So the only other option is to buy them. And then you got all these, there's shady vendors out there. There's, and then just, you don't control the links when you buy them because you don't own those properties. And it's just money, and like, but then you got to spend money on articles and websites and hosting. There's always expenses. So I just cut it out of my strategy altogether, because I know that when you pick the right keywords that are lower competition and you do good on-page SEO, you're going to get enough traffic to convert into sales, which is going to be enough to, make most people a full-time income.
Gotcha.
So,
nice.
that's mine.
But that rabbit hole exists, folks, if you're watching and wondering. So it's just another piece to the puzzle, just like email marketing, just like even Facebook ads and all that good stuff. I wanted to kind of shift gears here and go over one more thing with you. Building a community. So one of the things I've been doing with Blue Highlighted Text, and this, is I've been kind of outlining my journey from start to finish. I have articles that, have a lot to do with, hey, I hope people click on this so that they can join this group or that group or whatever course, your course, Wealthy Affiliate, all that good stuff. Of course I have that. But I have a lot of articles on there that don't have hardly any links in them at all. It's just me talking more about the experience of being an affiliate marketer and coming into my own and all that good stuff. I think that's valuable. I want to talk about how you've kind of used building email lists, the power of an email list, being in contact with the people who actually are fans of you, um, creating Facebook groups in order to do that, being reachable to an extent, right?
Mhm.
The pros and cons of that, especially as an affiliate marketer, I don't feel like there's a lot of people who actually are make themselves available, especially if they don't have a course, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. There's like, what was the first point again?
so I guess the value in that, the value in being able to build an
Oh yeah,
affiliate
community,
blog with like
email
real
list.
fans around it instead
Oh
of
man,
just
that's it's
people.
great. And I don't nurture them as much as I should probably, but it's just there's a lot of distractions. I mean, it's money. That's gold, pure gold right there. Especially your customers. They are. You don't need a large email list to make a lot of money, and you don't need a lot of customers to make a lot of money. And you can just keep reselling them. Like my best customers, the people that buy from me all the time, are the people that have bought from me in the past. That's your greatest source of, it's your greatest prospects for upselling from high ticket stuff. Like, I mean, like my first 5-figure week last summer by sending out a couple of emails. And those were people that had already paid me a couple $100 and
Nice.
a handful of people. And like, I don't really consider myself an email marketer just because I haven't really focused on it that much, or a copywriter. But when I do send out emails, when I do sit down and actually take time to write well written or whatever, to me it's well written, well thought out emails. I don't know if they're well written, but like just being you.
Yeah.
Um, you don't have to be super salesy or anything like that or sneaky with your words and stuff. Just um, be be yourself, um, and they work. Like the emails, they make money and stuff. It's interesting how that works. Like you don't. A lot of people just overthink stuff, and I think a lot of our struggle is really coming becoming comfortable in who we are. I think we talked about this before or last time or something. Just
Yeah.
being comfortable in who you are, and that's going to change over time. Like I was very felt like kind of a poser imposter when I first I knew I needed to build an email list for years and years and years. And everybody, all marketers say like the money's in the list, and it's true.
Mm.
But when you are a beginner, it's like, well, what do I write about? Like, do I send out affiliate, like JB little emails that are written for me, or do I just talk about my own stuff? And if I do talk about that stuff, like, what do I say? Because I haven't made gobs of money yet, so I don't want to lie, and I don't want to like hide behind a fake pen name or something.
Mm.
But yeah, I think I mean, you can start wherever you are. You just, the people that are able to overcome those kind of fears and are going to be the best, often get the most success quickly and stuff. But
Do you
whatever.
think, is it fair to say that you leveled up whenever you decided to make YouTube videos and send out emails, build an email list? Because starting out, I'm guessing you got your first couple commissions, but you weren't doing those things. You were just literally focused on the SEO side of affiliate marketing, right?
Yeah, that definitely adds a degree of like authority to you, because just another thing that most people aren't going to do. They're too scared to
Mm.
get in front of camera,
There
which
it
is
is.
YouTube. And then Udemy courses are it's kind of twofold. It's like, again, you're in front of camera or behind camera, and it's also a course which carries a little bit of weight and credibility, authority with it. So I remember when I first published my first Udemy course, it had a little bit more. Udemy had a little bit more authority back then, prestige and stuff
Mhm.
associated with it. And people would like message me like I was Tony Robbins or something, and it was like, and I've only made a couple $100 online, but you guys think that I'm some great, you know, accomplished teacher and stuff. and literally just from making simple courses. And they weren't fantastic courses or anything, not sharing anything revolutionary because I hadn't made a lot of money. But just putting yourself out there like that, you will attract people, and usually you attract people that are like you, so they're even easier to sell because they like you and they're like you.
Mm.
And so I don't know, it's like, yeah, just, yeah, definitely is wise to build a community. And especially if you're building like a membership site or a course, because I learned this a couple of years ago, and I don't always think about it, but like it's always stuck with me. Alex Becker said this, and there's another speaker years ago at Internet Marketing Party that mentioned this, but he said, it was actually Tucker Max, I think, and he
Mm.
was talking about.
I hope they serve beer in hell, that guy.
Yep. And he was talking about, he was like, man, he was talking about SaaS, starting, software as a service and stuff. And he's like, information products are dead. I think that was the title of his speech, which it's not, but it also, he had a lot of good things to say about it because, or some valid points, because information, like, I mean, Udemy is a prime example. It used to be a great marketplace,
Mm.
and then they, shot themselves in the foot, in my opinion, by discounting they watered down the value of the content. So they always give things on sale for like $10. So it devalues the information. So, information products, they can get swiped and stolen, like my courses on Black Hat sites, whatever. Like I knew it was going to happen. But the thing that people can't ever get from those Black Hat sites is the community. You don't get access to the Facebook group. You don't get any support. So, if you can figure it out on your own by just going through the lessons with having no support, good luck. Best of luck for you. But you don't have any camaraderie or accountability or anything like that. You're just isolated, and you've got this info product. Like,
And
good
it's
luck.
kind of difficult to level up when you're isolated.
Yeah. So always build a community, because you can't like, was it pirate a community? Like ClickFunnels, the software can be duplicated. And there's been a lot of other people that have tried to do like Builderall and stuff. Yeah. It's this magnificent tool that can do everything. It's a Swiss Army knife of sales tools and stuff. But Builderall doesn't have a community like ClickFunnels.
Right. Right.
Lead Pages
There's
doesn't have a
there's
community.
there's no replacing that for sure.
Yeah. And so if ClickFunnels goes away or evolves in the future, they're going to have that tribe that they can sell anything to. So it doesn't really matter what happens to the product.
I see. Okay. I'm interested in that, man, because I'm going to try to start kind of tagging and having relationships with people who buy from me affiliate products, just so I can get to know, because I know they're buyers, right? They buy stuff online, number one, which is a huge requirement, something to pay attention to. But if they buy, one meditation product from me, maybe they'll buy something else, or maybe they'll buy some yoga, whatever. But there's ways to kind of dig deep, and I don't think there's a lot of guys who are throwing links around that actually want to build communities with the people who are buying from them. So cool. I'm going to dig into that, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, is anything else that you wanted to kind of add here?
No, that was all good topics and points and stuff. Just great things to kind of apply and incorporate into anyone's marketing, because those are the things those are like kind of simple and evergreen strategies. Everything's always changing, but those are things that anybody can do, this year, next year, and 5 years, and you're always going to be setting yourself up for success, because those are like, again, your products and your services are going to change, but when you build that community, it's like building a super high engaged email list and stuff. It's if you've ever been involved in MLMs or business opportunities, what's interesting to watch if you pay attention to it is that these leaders that are on the top leaderboards of like BizOp number one, whenever that biz op goes away, which in my experience, this seems to be a very consistent pattern. These new ones that pop up, they usually have a lifespan of about 2 years or less. Well,
Mm,
when that expires, the business opportunity collapses, maybe gets their assets get seized by the FTC or SEC or whatever, and then all of a sudden there's a new business opportunity that pops up, and this top leader, he's on the top leaderboard of that one. Well, how does he do
right.
it? Because he just takes his little tribe over to the new business opportunity and the new business opportunity and the next one, and so like they're all following him. They make him rich again. They're all broke still, and but he doesn't care because he's got the list, and then he just recycles
Crazy.
that list to the next business opportunity. So like, pay attention to that. Be that guy. Don't be the follower guy. Um,
Right.
be
That's
the one
interesting,
that's
man.
the leader, and that's not very hard to do.
Yeah.
Like if you pay attention to all these biz ops, most of them, with what we do, most of them suck at SEO and marketing in general. So like the people that are doing Amway and Mary Kay and stuff, like if I was in those, I would be going after all the Mary Kay and Amway and all those kind of keywords and recruiting people through search engines. Because if they're looking for those opportunities, I'd be like, I am the top leader. Like, you don't know any different because who else is ranking for these keywords? Nobody. I am the top leader in this organization. And then over time, you become the top leader in that organization.
Yeah. That's interesting, man. That's an interesting look. No, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for those nuggets. Yeah.